It is?
Okay. So hi, this is Krase, take 3. This is my patient Heather Dortmont. So we're going to be doing the constitutional hydrotherapy procedure today. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the patient's vitals, taking their temperature first. Okay, 97.8, which is normal, and taking their pulse, 68 beats per minute, which is normal. And now I'm going to place the sine wave pads on the patient's back. I'm going to place them at the level of T5 bilaterally, so finding the lower border of the scapula and moving up 2. Placing them between the midline of the scapula and the spine. And the patient will have their shirt off, and I gave them the modesty towel so they can now lay down supine for me. I'm going to wrap up the patient's feet first. The first phase that I'll begin with is going to be the hot phase, so taking my 4 layers. And is the temperature okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, and then I'm going to wrap the patient up again. This phase will be for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to unwrap the patient once the 5 minutes are up and take my hot flash towel, checking the temperature. Is this okay? Flipping it over. This phase will be for 30 to 60 seconds, so I don't need to rewrap the patient. And at this point, I can grab my cold phase towel, wringing out any extra water. Is temperature okay? Flipping it over. And turning on the sine wave machine, and then rewrapping the patient. Okay. This phase will be for 10 minutes. And I'm going to check the temperature of the towel before I completely unwrap the patient. It's warm, which is good. Turn off the sine wave machine and flip the towel over to the neutral towel. And at this point, I'll unwrap the patient's legs and have the patient sit up for me, please. And move the right sine wave pad to the level of T10, so finding the lower border of the lower rib, which is at the level of T12, moving up to T10, and then moving the left one to the solar plexus. And then having the patient lay down supine for me, please. Control, wrap up the legs again. Turn on the sine wave machine once I finish wrapping up the patient. And this phase will be for 10 minutes. Once the 10 minutes are done, I'm going to unwrap the patient. Thank you. So unwrap the patient, and then I'm going to hold up the blanket and have them flip over to the prone position and giving me their modesty towel. In this prone position, we're going to start off with the hot phase first. So is this temperature okay?
Mm-hmm.
and then rewrapping the patient. And this phase will be for 5 minutes. Once the 5 minutes are up, I'm going to unwrap the patient, take my hot flash towel. Is the temperature okay? Flip it over. And this will be for 30 to 60 seconds. I don't need to rewrap the patient at this time. And I'll get my cold towel ready. Bring out any extra water. Is the temperature okay? Once the hot flash phase is done, I'm going to flip over to the cold phase. So rewrap the patient again. And this phase will be for 10 minutes. And before I completely unwrap the patient, after the 10 minutes are up, I'm going to check if the towel is warm, and it is. So I can unwrap the patient. Take off the cold towel and grab the neutral towel, and at this point I'm going to do a dry friction rub, rubbing up towards the heart and looking for a pink discoloration of the skin. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to unwrap the patient completely. Give them the neutral towel and hold up the blanket as they sit up for me. And the last thing I'm going to do is take their vitals again. Okay. Temperature is 98, which is normal. And pulse is 72, which is normal. How do you feel?
Good.
Good, thank you. All right, we're all done.